Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Magic. I'm thinking about like just being more intense with my intro. I mean, I think I put some energy behind it, but I mean, I'd almost like to go a little crazy with it. Okay, this opening hand it's all right, but not the greatest. So we're gonna draw a new one. That's looking a little bit better, I think. Yeah, this is pretty decent. Okay, so anyways, welcome back, guys. Force here, Friday Night Magic. Today I'm going to be playing the Sliver deck. This is a pretty nifty little thing here. It's filled with these Sliver creatures. I'm obviously saying this for those of you who haven't played Magic before. So Slivers, I think the last time that they were around was like Stronghold Tempest, and they're creatures that pump each other up, essentially. Like a lot of the times each sliver will make other slivers better. And you know, back in the day it used to be really good. I'm not so sure about this particular sliver deck. I actually it doesn't seem that great, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway, see what we can do with it. And I'm gonna be playing up against the zombie deck. So I guess the concern is that this Sliver deck is built sort of as an aggro deck, and in comparison to the other aggro decks, it just doesn't seem that good. We're not gonna block this, we're gonna let that go through. So yeah, I played the Predatory Sliver. It's a 1/1, but it pumps up all my other slivers, +1/+1, so then it becomes a 2/2. So I could play this sliver, the Blur Sliver, which gives my slivers haste, and I'll be able to attack with both of those, or I could play this one and pump them up. I think I'll do the Blur Sliver. I think this is going to be a great idea, because then now I'll be able to hit for 6. Or I'm sorry, 5, because, yeah. For some reason I thought he was getting bigger, but that makes no sense at all. So we hit for 5, just like that. Because he comes into play, and since he gives slivers haste, and he is a sliver, he has haste. And the next turn I play this sliver, and I'll be able to hit for even more. And that'll be exciting. Why was he still tapped? Oh, he wasn't. Why is he attacking? Oh, that seems silly. Well, actually. Oh, no, I'm all set because I play this and it gives my slivers +0/+1, so I'll be able to block. I'll be able to attack, and him blocking won't kill it because he is just a 2/2. So we're going to play this. It's going to pump out our slivers +0/+1. Or plus, yeah. And then we attack with all. Ha 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 ha. So this is 6, 7, 8 damage. He'll probably block a 3. He's going to block this one. Why would you not block a 3 damage, and why would you just block 2? Maybe he didn't see that his defense got pumped up. I'm not sure, actually. But he is now at 9. He is going to play a Mutilate. All creatures get -1/-1 for swamp he controls. He's got 4 swamps, so all creatures got -4/-4. And that's it. I've got nothing. And now I'm sitting on a hand that I can't really do much with. I've got some bigger slivers, 4 lands for 2/2. Give my slivers double strike. Give my slivers +3/+3, but that costs 6. Path of Exile is creature removal. We got Shock and Bifurcate, which doesn't do me much good right now. I'll show you what this is. Search your library for a permanent card with the same name as target non-token creature on the battlefield. Put it on the battlefield and then shuffle. Yeah. Well, luckily I've got creature removal, so he's going to play, for example, this, which pumps up his guys, and I'm just going to kill that right away with a Shock. Because I do not want that in play. So we're going to do 2 damage to it, and get rid of it. He's going to play a Reanimate, getting a creature back. What is he going to get back? Probably the one that lets him return zombies, the Lord of the Undead. However, I'm going to Path to Exile, which will remove it. He gets a land as a result, but at least he's got no creatures in play now. There we go. Plus, I didn't want that in play because then he could start fetching his zombies from his graveyard, so that's a big no-no. Let's play this sliver that gives haste, so he's going to come into play with haste. And all I need is 1 more land, and I can either play the Bone Scythe Sliver, which I would, or I could also play the Bifurcate. Bone Scythe Sliver, giving my slivers double strike. Double strike is hilarious. It's first strike, plus they hit a second time. It's ridiculous. So if I draw a land and I can play that next turn, we're in a really good spot because we'll be able to attack him and win the game. Just like that, it'll be a win. Oh, there's a Reanimate. I actually really need that double strike now. Let's see what he's pulling here. He's pulling the zombie pump up. Okay, so I can do +0/+1, but I still can't attack. I need one more land. I need that double strike, so we can't really attack until that happens. His zombies have death touch as well, and cost 1 less to play, and get +2/+1. Oh my lord. He's at 1 though because of his reanimate. He lost life, bringing that back. Each player sacrifices a creature when this comes into play. Damn it. I'm gonna get rid of my white one. I think I'm done for here. I don't think he needs to save 1 for a blocker, so he can only attack me with 1 of his creatures a turn. So he's gonna swing for 4. I just need 1 land. If I get 1 land, I win the game. That's all I need. Okay, what is this? My Slivers get +1/+1. That wins me too. Yeah, I win. He's got no cards in his hand. He's gonna have haste because of this Sliver right here, and then I win. There we go. Whew! Alright. I might need some more lands in this deck. This is, unfortunate how mana screwed I was. I've got 21 basic lands, but then I've got 4 of the fetch lands, so that should be enough. It's 25. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that that first game went well, or that I ended up winning. I really don't have much faith in this Sliver deck, to be honest with you. I really don't. This is a terrible opening hand. I've got the rampant growth, but I can't. I've got no green. Plus, I've got 2 high casting cost Slivers, so we will draw a new hand. Damn it! 1 more land, and I would have taken this hand. I hate going down to 6, but we're gonna keep this. Okay. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not super confident in this deck. I don't think it's that fantastic. But hey, here we are, playing it. So let's make the best of it, huh? We're gonna drop the Terramorphic Expanse. We'll be grabbing a red with that. Then it will go green next turn, and then we can Rampant Growth. And then after that, it'll be Blur Sliver followed by Bone Scythe. Man, if he doesn't kill, you know, it's funny. I was just talking about how I'm not that impressed with this deck, but if he can't kill either one of these Slivers, he is gonna be hurting, because I'm gonna have haste and double strike dropping on him, and that is going to be a huge pain in his butt. We're gonna go with green here. For safety purposes, if he's got any land removal or something, I need the ability to cultivate. But yeah, next turn it'll be Blur Sliver and then Bone Scythe Sliver. Actually, maybe I'll just do Bone Scythe first. Well, I don't want to. Let me tell you why I'm going to do Blur first, because I don't want him to see the threat of Bone Scythe. So I don't want him to know that I have that, is what I'm saying. So I think we're just going to Blur Sliver first and then Bone Scythe next turn. Because if he has removal, I don't want him to use it on the Bone Scythe Sliver. So we're going to Blur Sliver first. I'm not going to attack because I don't want him to kill it. And then I'd like to surprise him with Double Strike next turn. Although, honestly, these guys are only 2/2s, so if he drops a 5/5, then nothing that I've done really matters. I don't know what deck he's playing. So he's going to get hit for 4 this turn. And he could double block, but both would die. Actually, no, he could just block both of them. So he's actually not going to take any damage this turn. Never mind, he decided to attack me, which we let go through. Okay. Alright, well, Double Strike is coming his way. Here we go. Bone Scythe Sliver. So, Double Strike. They've got first strike, plus they hit twice. That's how it works. So first strike means that if he blocks, his creature dies and mine doesn't. He's not going to block either of them. That means 8 goes through. Just like that, he's down to 12. He must have creature removal for him not to block that. Or he's got creature pump-ups and he really wanted to attack with his creatures. Or wait until they were bigger. Next turn, though, I'm going to drop a Predatory Sliver, and if he has no response to that, he is in deep. Actually, I should... Next turn, I should... Yeah, I'm gonna be able to cultivate. What is he? So he's cultivating. Okay. Why didn't he block last turn? See, he must be saving both blockers for this turn? Okay. Alright, so he's at 12. We're in a really good position right now, by the way, guys. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cultivate first. I guess it doesn't matter which one we do first. Let me cultivate first, though. We get to play a land, comes into play tapped, and then we put one into our hands. I think we have double white, right? I think we have double white right now. So we're going to do like that. And then we play land for the turn, and then we play a Predatory Sliver pre-combat because it's going to pump up our slivers, plus it can also attack. And then we swing for 4 damage will go through because he's going to block these guys. Why is he doing that? Double strike, I'm pretty sure my dude lives because he has first strike for both of them. Or maybe he only has first strike in the first instance. I think he's got first strike for both of them, though. No, I guess not. Okay. So it works. So he loses, as you can see. Okay. Now I get it. So I had thought, it's good to know, I had thought that double strike was the creature innately has first strike, and then it hits twice. So I thought it had first strike on both hits. That's why I thought he would have been safe from that engagement. But it appears this is actually a decent hand, so we're gonna keep it. But it appears, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. I know you will. People in the comments, starting off with a striking sliver, giving my slivers first strike. I thought double strike, yeah. So I thought he had first strike for both instances of the attack. So he's a 2/2. He hits the first guy with first strike and kills it. Because first strike means he does damage first, the other creature doesn't. And then, okay, we're gonna go Terramorphic Expanse. And then the second engagement comes, it's a 2/2 versus a 2/2. He hits, he has first strike, the other creature doesn't, his creature dies first. So it appears like the first creature with first strike dies, and then the second creature is just a regular engagement. Or the second attack is just a regular engagement. That's what it seems like anyways. It seems like we're both playing slivers. Seems as if. Okay, we're gonna go white here, and he's got an advantage now because he's got that 2/2 out. So I would play the haste sliver, but it really doesn't do me much good right now. I guess I could do. Yeah. I could do this sliver this turn, and then this sliver next turn. We'll go with that. We're gonna do the Steel Form Sliver. Pumping up my Sliver's defenses. This will give me a blocker. Plus he's got first strike. And I don't want to attack with this because his Sliver will kill mine. But then next turn we've got the Haste Sliver. And then if we can work our way up to this guy, we're gonna be at a pretty happy spot there. Alright, another one pumping up the Slivers even further. That's actually really tough for me right now. Yuck. But I do have the first strike. So this turn I'm actually going to cultivate so that next turn, 4/5, yeah, next turn I'll be able to throw this guy down. So we're going to cultivate here. So we're at 4 right now. We get 1 in play tapped. Let's make that let's go white-red here. We get 1 in play tapped, so we've got 5 in play now. And then next turn we've got 6. We drop a... Oh, this guy is so awesome. Pumps on my slivers +3/+3. Plus they have, they already, as it is, have first strike. And then next turn, oh man. This is looking pretty good. Now he's dropping a cultivate, so that means he's got nothing else to play this turn. Oh, this is pretty good. I'm pretty content with our position here. Here we go, guys. This is now throwing down the 6, and here is the 6 drop. Let's see if he's got a shock in response to kill off this guy. Nope, he doesn't. And so my guys have first strike. I actually can't attack right now because he could double block. See what I'm saying here? If I attacked with either one of these, he could double block and... Oh no, first strike means it would live, right? They've got first strike, so they're gonna kill one first and then the second one's only gonna do 3 damage. So I can attack with these. If he double blocks, I should be fine. The first creature shouldn't do damage. I pray this works the way I think it does. Only 3 damage should be done to this creature, if it were. Okay, he's just gonna let it go through. That's 9 damage. What does he have? I don't think he could possibly have anything. I don't think this deck has any. It's got Path to Exile, actually, obviously. I've got one in my hand. So if he exiled this, I would be in trouble. What is he playing here? 2/1/1 Slivers in play. They're gonna get pumped up even bigger. 3/3. I can exile one, and then I've got another Sliver coming into play, and I might draw into another Sliver. I draw into a shock. Not quite enough, but I think we're good. We're gonna blur Sliver. Okay. And then I remove, yeah, this is fine. We're gonna remove one of his guys here. That is a Sliver pump up. And then we're gonna shock the other Sliver. Oh, and he's been replaced by AI because he realizes that the game is over. Now the problem though is that when he's replaced by AI, he gets new cards in his hand, so he might actually have drawn into. I guess there's nothing he could draw into at this point except for like a shock. So 2 guys are gonna go through, so 9 damage will go through. He's gonna block these 2 or these 2, and then 9 goes through. So we still got another turn. But it looks like the Battle of the Slivers goes to Force. Is this deck actually doing it? This has been a good run here. He's gonna play this Sliver really good actually. But it doesn't matter, because the game's over. And just hold this in my hand. And swing with everything. I can't believe the Sliver deck is doing it today. I had little faith, but it's coming through. Oh, ye of little faith. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe the Sliver deck's the best deck around? No, that's definitely not the case, but it's been working out for me here today. That's all I can say. Yeah, man, I would have taken this hand had it only a green mana. You have to draw a new one. This is even worse. Okay, down to 6. Do we do it? Do we take a 5? I mean, I guess so, whatever. Take a 5 hand. See what happens. That is the worst. I am 2 cards down. And he starts off with 8 because he gets the first draw. That's a huge disadvantage. Gonna go Rampant Growth, and then I can play both of those things next turn. Luckily, I've got at least one of every mana type now, so... but I'm pretty sure that this game is going to be no bueno for me. That is the worst. That is not the worst. I guess you could technically go down to 1 card, but that's a pretty awful start. Alright, so we're going to start by throwing down... Oh wow, I can do both of these bad boys. Holy heck. Rock on. Well, that's it, guys. That's what I have. These are all my eggs here. 1 basket. I can do 6 damage next turn. These guys have first strike, but I got nothing else going on. So I better pray that he does not play a 3/3. Because if he does, my attack is like, ugh, you know? He would block the 2/2 green Sliver that pumps up my other Slivers, and then all of a sudden I get 2 1/1s with first strike, and that's about it. So just don't play 3/3 or don't remove this dude, and I'll be happy. Okay, he plays a 1/1. When it dies, he draws a card. That's fine. He's gonna get hit for 4 next turn. I won't give up on this game, but it's... Oh! Bye Fear Kate. We're gonna pick this guy. Get another one. We get another one of these in play, basically. And my Slivers just got pumped up again. Could you imagine if I won this? All he needs is some removal, or it's not likely, but could you imagine? Could you imagine if I won this game, opening up with a five card hand, huh? Let's stop predicting. Let us stop trying to peer into the future and just patient and see what happens. What the hell's gonna happen? Bobby Booey Bibio. What is his name? Bobby Boo Biboo. Bobby Boo Biboo. I love his name. All right, so he's obviously in deep thought right now. He's going, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Last Grasp, is that just one creature for the love of God? Okay, -3/-3. So that's gonna drop, he's dead. These guys all get dropped down to 2/2. Now I can only do 6 damage next turn. Does he have anything else? He's got 6 cards in his hand. He's got stuff, but okay, we drew a Shock. That's good. Got some creature removal if he tries to play a blocker or something. So swing for 6. Does it go through? Yes, it does. He's down to 8. If he does not play a creature next turn, we could actually win next turn. 6 damage plus the Shock. This is unbelievable that I had a 5-card hand opening from, is that like 3 mulligans or something? I don't know. What does he play? Chittering Rats. Target opponent puts a card from his or her hand on top of his or her library. Okay, so that means my Shock goes on the top of my library. Next turn, I Shock his Rats, and I do 6 damage. So it's not the kill next turn because the Shock is returning, but at least my creatures are going through next turn. Or do I save the Shock? Do I just hold on to the Shock? It's 2 damage regardless, right? 2 damage goes through, or I remove his creature and 2 damage goes through. His creature will still die because my creatures have first strike. So the question is, do I want the damage to go through? I could just not waste the Shock. Shit. This is a tough call, though. Alright, I'm gonna not waste the Shock. I'm gonna hold on to the Shock. I'm thinking, because it's gonna be 4 damage, I will have 3 creatures. Even if he plays another blocker next turn, 4 will still go through. The only thing is if he blocks and then unsummons, that's gonna suck. If he blocks and then unsummons his creature to save it. That's my only real concern. Okay, so he's gonna block. My guys have first strike, so his dies, mine's fine. 4 goes through. So now even if he plays another blocker, next turn, 4 still goes through. And I still have the Shock here to do with what I please. So he has to play 2 blockers or a blocker and remove one of my creatures. But even if he does that, I can still have 2 go through, because we'll have 2 creatures. He'll have 1 blocker, 2 goes through still, and then I can Shock for the victory. Who knows? Maybe he's got, I don't know. He could play a blocker, removal, and an unsummon. Doesn't look like he's got any of that. Oh my lord. Could I really, this would be really funny. I just do this just for the hell of it. Armageddon. What does Armageddon do? It destroys all lands. And now he can't do anything even if he had an instant for combat or something. I'm assuming he had nothing, that's why he passed the turn, but anyways, we won the game. Are you serious? Wow. 5 card opening hand. Slivers wins the game. All right, let's go ahead and get one more final game in here. This one gonna be against Major E. I cannot believe we won that last game. That's literally unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know about this one. It's a tough call. If I draw one more land, it'll be great. If I don't, I'll be super screwed. We're gonna keep it. I will have to hope to draw one more land. And then I'll be pretty happy. I've got 2 turns to draw land so that I can cultivate and then start playing my stuff. If that does not pan out, then kind of screwed. Holy moly, look at his deck! Look at his deck! Look at that! 89 cards in that bad boy. Well, congratulations, you have a lot of cards in your deck. Oh man. Alright, so the game plan here. Well, he did just play 3-2. So what I'm mulling over right now is, do I Steel Form Sliver now? Or do I cultivate now? I'm gonna cultivate. I'm gonna get the jump on some land here. And gonna get the jump on some land and just hope to drop this bad boy in the near future. He's playing mono green. Holy crap. Can start swinging me for 5 now. Well, next turn I can just drop the double strike Sliver and I'm actually okay. Like, cause I can just block his dude safely. So we're just gonna throw him in play right now. Okay, great. So now I can block for strike damage, plus I've got the Path to Exile if need be. Okay, this is pretty good. Okay, he's playing, what is this? 4/3 regeneration. I'm probably gonna kill that. He shouldn't attack. He's not attacking. What do we do? What do we do? I'm gonna get rid of that. We're gonna Path to Exile his blocker. The concern with that is the regeneration. Nice. Nice. That's a really good thing to have. You know what else is a good thing to have? Bum, 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 bum. +3/+3. So this swing will be for 10 if he does not block. He clearly will block. I'm sure he doesn't want to take 10 damage. Unless he's got a Prey Upon in his hand, and next turn he could Prey Upon this. He doesn't. He's gonna block. His creature dies, mine lives. His Rancor returns to his hand because it's one of the most ridiculous enchantments in Magic history. So good. Gives a creature +2/+0 and trample for 1 green. If it goes in the graveyard from the battlefield, it returns to your hand. It's so good. That and Skull Clamp are just ridiculous. And Major E has been replaced by AI because, well, because I've got these guys. And we win this turn, actually. We win this turn. How funny is that? Unless he has a fog. Nope, we win this turn. So good thing is that you didn't have to wait very long after he left, because we win right now. How do you win? Fiery Justice. Oh no, wait, that opponent gains, this is gonna be 10/+12. Oh, actually, no. It's not quite enough for the kill. But he would just block and none of this damage would go through anyway, so we might as well do this. So we're gonna do Fiery Justice. We do 5 damage. Well, actually no, because we're gonna do 3. And 2 goes to him. I still don't think we've got enough to kill him. We're close though. So he has to gain 5 life, so it's gonna be a 3-point swing. Oh, he's gonna be down to 1. because of my double strike that we could have killed him that turn, but he played 2 blockers, so. But right here, we're gonna do 22 damage, courteous of double strike. And the next turn, unless he's got removal, we win. It's really too bad that the opponent left, but he was obviously screwed anyways, so. There you go. Well, that was, I can't believe this deck today. That's unreal. I won all these, that's it, that is crazy. Well, I guess the Sliver deck's okay. Now, I know I was bad-mouthing it and all, and that, I guess, I don't know. It worked out. It worked out. My build worked out. I did not expect it to. So let me tell you, this deck's got a whole bunch of interesting possibilities in terms of cards. But the way I've decided to build it was I focused on the Slivers with some removal, ramp. So these are just some of the potential cards. I mean, there's some really good. I might even consider just throwing the Savage Beating in there just because it's ridiculous. You get 2 combat phases. It's just silly. I mean, there's some really good cards in here, like Lifeline's amazing. You know, there's some really, really good cards in here. There's some decent Slivers. But the way I decided to build it, so we've got the Terramorphic Expanse for filtering out and getting the lands that we want. And we've got a few early Slivers. We've got the Striking Sliver for first strike, Path to Exile for removal, Shock for removal, Predatory Sliver, really nice small pump up early creature. Survival of the Fittest, you didn't see this coming into play. It's an enchantment for 2. I can tap it, discard a creature card, and then search my library for a card, reveal that card, put it into my hand. So if I get a Sliver that I don't want, I can filter through for a stronger Sliver, for example. Rampant Growth, because this is a 3-color deck, wanting to search for the proper lands is important. Steelform Sliver for extra defenses for the Sliver. Slivers get haste with Blur Sliver. Fiery Justice for direct removal. Now the player does gain 5 life, but you saw last game a great example of how that can work. I removed blockers, they gain 5 life, but ideally I could do more damage than would have gone through otherwise. This is a really nice one. Actually, I didn't get to play this. It's 2 1/1 Slivers into play. Now by themselves, it's just 2 1/1 Slivers, but with all the Sliver pump-ups, those Slivers can be really great. Cultivate, again, for land, search. Bone Sight Sliver for double strike because it's hilarious. Armageddon because it's hilarious. If you can get a couple Slivers in play and then drop this before your opponent does much, yeah, GG. But you saw how this is good. Get a double of a creature that you have in play, and then obviously Slivers you control get +3/+3. That's just hilarious. So there you go, guys. That was the Sliver deck. Worked out pretty well for me today. I was kind of hoping to get a loss to show you the weakness. The weakness of this deck is, again, compared to other aggro decks that are built and played properly, it's just too slow. The white weenie deck, I think Avakin's it's just whatever. The white weenie deck, the black zombie deck, compared to those 2 aggro decks, this is way too slow. But again, a great example, you get a couple good Slivers in play, some creature removal, and you can do damage really fast. And then, again, if you can drop an Armageddon, you can really mess someone's day up. So it worked out for me, so there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe. Tune in next Friday for another episode of Friday Night Magic. We'll see if I can change that intro to be a little bit crazier. Friday Night Magic! I don't know. Whatever. Take it easy, guys.